G'day everyone. Today's video is about the Tesla Model Y, but not about the car itself, more its strategic importance to Tesla as a company. So the Tesla Model Y released yesterday. There'll be by now no doubt 1,000 videos a minute going up about it with all of the specs and things like that. And it looks like a really nice car, but I want to talk today about why that vehicle or that class of vehicle is strategically really important, not only to Tesla but for EVs. So just quickly, the backstory of Tesla's strategy has been to release first up the Model S, which is this is mass market production, the Model S, which was a large luxury sedan, and then the Model X, a large luxury SUV. The strategy there being that they're high profit margin vehicles, not going to sell huge amounts of them, but the margins of them is going to help Tesla be profitable so that it could then focus on the more very mass production version of an electric vehicle, which is the Model 3. And anyone who's got even a passing interest in EVs will know about the Model 3. Again, came out first up with more a premium version, higher cost, higher margins, and then dropping that down over time as production ramped up to produce a very mass market version at about $35,000 US. We're still waiting for the Model 3 right-hand drive version to hit Australian shores, but that'll be sometime this year, 2019. And I think that'll do the same thing in Australia that it's done everywhere else. Now, the Model Y, the Model 3 is a more compact sedan. That's the vehicle class. The Model Y is a compact SUV or a crossover vehicle. Now, strategically, why that car is very important. For a vehicle manufacturer to be competitive, it's got to have very good vehicles in a number of those classes and all of those ones that I've mentioned. And the Model Y now sort of completes that part of the picture for Tesla. And if I have a quick look at the top 20 selling vehicles in Australia in February, and this is off the Australian Government Green Vehicle Guide, I'll put a link to this here somewhere and in the description as well. So why the Model Y is so important, particularly in the Australian market, and I suspect it's the same in other countries. If I run down this list of the top 20 selling vehicles, I think about at least half a dozen of them are in that compact SUV class. So there's kind of the Mazda CX-5, the Mitsubishi ASX, the Toyota RAV4, Nissan X-Trail, Mazda CX-3, Hyundai Tucson, maybe that's a little bit bigger, but in that SUV or compact SUV class, there's a good half a dozen of the top 20 selling vehicles in Australia. Certainly what I see on the roads, people dropping off kids at schools and all those sorts of things, that class of vehicle is the number one class that I see day to day getting around. So having a competitive vehicle in that class, super important in the Australian market. I think the same worldwide, and like I said, strategically a very important car. Now, the missing part of the puzzle, I think in the US and other countries, but also in Australia, is the truck or the large, what we'd call a ute in Australia, or a large ute, or truck in the US. So in Australia, that's like the Toyota Hilux, the Ford Ranger, Mazda BT50, Mitsubishi Triton, those sorts of cab and dual cab utes. They're the number one selling, probably the number one selling class of vehicle in Australia. So when the Tesla truck comes, that is really going to complete that, having a vehicle in every single class, the predominant vehicles in that market, and that's how you dominate a market, or certainly compete in a market. So the Model Y, strategically really important. The last part of the puzzle, the Tesla truck, again, very strategically important, and I think once both of those are active and in the market, we'll see a flood of EVs in Australia. And I'm really looking forward to the day that I can get that top 20 vehicles in Australia and there's a bunch of EVs in there. I think we're probably only 18 months to 2 years away from that. I'd be really interested, so we have people watch this channel from all around the world, and welcome, and we love having you, whether you're subscribing or just watching us for the first time. Really interested in your comments below, whether this is the same in your country, whether the vehicle classes are, where that sits in your country and what the most important ones are, how EVs are situated in your country at the moment, and whether you think the Model Y is going to be important in your market and your country. So if you've got something to say about that, pop a comment down below here, and really interested in that, and we'll certainly get back to you as well. We can have a bit of a discussion as a community here on this channel. So again, thanks very much for watching. To our subscribers, huge thanks and thumbs up to you. If you don't subscribe already, you can click on the link below, the bell to be notified whenever we upload. A thumbs up for this video, and again, until next time, safe EV travels.